What's up, everybody? It's me back again for another video, and today I'm going to be switching things up a bit and showing you guys something else that I collect. My previous videos, you guys have taken a look at my comic books and my toys in my collection. We've talked about my card collection that we haven't got to yet, but we will get there. But just to switch things up a bit and give you guys something different to look at, there's something else that I collect that, is a very popular thing that a lot of other people like and like to collect, and that is knives and swords and weapons. Uh, I've always been a big fan of knives and swords ever since I was a kid. I don't know what it is, it's always drawn me to them, but ever since I was a kid, I've always loved pocket knives, swords. There's just always been something about, hand-to-hand combat in movies and video games that's always been more exciting. With that being said, knives, swords, self-defense weapons are not toys. They are weapons. They are not to ever be used as a toy in any way, shape, or form. And someone should not carry a self-defense weapon with the intention of using it to harm another person. I have several self-defense weapons, pocket knives, and such that you're going to see, none of which I have ever carried with me with the sole intent of using it to specifically harm another person. It is for something that, if a situation arises that it needs to be used to defend myself, it is there in case I need it. So please, these things are not toys. They should not be treated as such. So keep that in mind. Also, certain self-defense weapons, knives, swords, things like that, certain states have different laws forbidding the ownership or carrying of certain knives and self-defense weapons. So before purchasing any knife or self-defense weapon of any kind, please check your state's laws so you do not put yourself in a situation where you are caught with something that could get you into serious trouble. So, that being said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of the things in my collection. First thing here we have is a self-defense flashlight. See, it lights up there. It's got 3 different modes. This is made out of aluminum, and it extends up to 18 inches, so it can be used as a self-defense weapon if need be. This has never been needed to be used as a self-defense weapon. None of the self-defense weapons that I own have ever been used for self-defense in any way, and I have owned a lot of them for a long time. I've had this for a few years now. Stephanie bought this for me as a gift, and ironically enough, within about a week of her purchasing it for me, it got pulled to her side of the bed, and it has remained there ever since. And the only thing it's ever been used for is the flashlight. Number 2 up, we have another tactical self-defense flashlight. There you go. Do not remember the company that this is made by. Since I skipped it, don't remember the company that this is either. Do not know the company this is made by. I bought this on eBay. Wasn't overly expensive, but it's a flashlight. It's got a little pocket clip here, and it is also has a glass breaker tip there. Can be used as a self-defense weapon. Could be used to break glass in an emergency situation if need be. Third up, I have a pair of brass knuckles, or as some people call them, knuckle dusters. There's no company that made these. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 90% sure these were homemade. I bought these off of a former Marine at a flea market that was selling them, and just by the looks of them, you can see there's little imperfections there. I believe they were cast homemade. They are 100% solid metal. Don't know if they're actually made out of brass, but I have tested them on a punching bag, and they are solid. They would do the job if they needed to. And I will say that I have owned these for over 10 years, and they have never hit anything other than a punching bag. I've never needed to use these on anyone. These, along with other self-defense weapons, could severely harm or kill somebody, so be careful when carrying them. There are a lot of laws also preventing the ownership or carrying of brass knuckles in a lot of states, so be sure to check that out. These could get you in a lot of trouble. Third up, we have one of the first knives that I added to my collection. This was a birthday present from Stephanie. This was one of the first knives in my collection. This is a Tac Force Speedster Series assisted open pocket knife. It's got the little seatbelt razor blade cover there and the glass breaker, and this is actually a little messed up right now. These two screws here, one of which I was able to find, came loose about a week ago and came out, and the knife started to come apart. I was only able to recover one, but this is the favorite knife in my collection because, one, it was the first gift out of any of these that I received, and this was actually the first knife that started off my collection. Stephanie bought it for me as a gift, so one way or another, this will get fixed, and this will go back to being the knife that I carry with me every day. I've used this to cut open a lot of things, so I need to get it repaired and get it back into action. Second up, we have another Tac Force Speedster Series knife. Same design. I bought it to go along with the one that Stephanie bought me, but this is a hawkbill blade. See the curved blade there? Very cool knife. See the logo there, Tac Force Speedster model. Look at the design. Another knife that I absolutely love. Sticking with the theme of the hawkbill, we have Defender Extreme assisted open hawksbill blade. This also has the seatbelt cutter, and it did at one point have the glass breaker on the bottom, but it looks like it was just screwed in, and it came loose in my pocket some 2 years ago, and I've never been able to recover it. So I need to find another one and replace it. It's got the little thumb grip there. This has become my new everyday carry knife since the green Tac Force has become incapacitated temporarily. We have, let's see what we have here. Dark Side Blades. Assisted open dagger style blade. Wrong side. Ha. I know it looks like a dagger, but only this side is sharp. This side is not. There are some states that prohibit the ownership or carrying of any dagger-styled blades. Be careful when purchasing dagger-styled blades. We have another one here. This is Master Cutlery Fantasy Knife. I had to open it so I could find the logo, but let me go ahead and show it to you guys closed. Here's your pocket clip. This is a dual-sided fantasy blade. This is mostly for show, just really cool to look at. Fantasy style blade, like something you'd see in medieval times, or like a fantasy game sorts. It's got the little gut hooks here. I mean, it could be used to cut something open if you needed it to, but it's not the best quality to use this in a self-defense situation. It might get you out of a pinch, but it would probably break off and it wouldn't survive. Here we have a fixed blade dagger. I do not know the name of the company that makes this. I bought this on eBay. It was not expensive. The blade does not seem the sturdiest. I think I paid like $12 or $13 for it, so I wasn't expecting the greatest quality of anything, but it is a dagger. It is cool. The handle's nice. The blade is decently sharp. Sheaths, so-so. Moving on, we have a Bowie style knife by Wartech Blades. Very good knife in my opinion. I think I paid $12 or $13 for this. Good sturdy 440 stainless steel blade, full tang all the way through the handle. Handle is nice rubberized grip, very solid. You get a good grip on it. I have small hands, so somebody with bigger hands this may not be ideal for, but for someone like me, this would be perfect in my hand. Blade is very sharp. Sheath is pretty decent quality for as cheap as it was. Usually, cheaper knives, you usually don't get the best quality, but for a cheap knife, this was very good quality knife and sheath. Definitely recommend Wartech blades for somebody that likes to collect knives and doesn't want to spend a ton of money but wants to get something decent. Next up, we have a machete, kukri style machete by Schrade Knives. Don't know the exact size of this. I want to say 13 inches overall, maybe 15 inches overall. Powder coated, very good quality blade. Very sharp. It also came with a sharpening stone and fire starter and leg strap for all the survival nerds out there, which I also am, which is part of the reason why I collect knives and machetes, because, you know, zombie apocalypse. Duh. Sheath is very, very good quality, but this was a little more on the expensive side. I think I paid $60 for this, but for the price, this is one of the best machetes I have found for under $100. High quality at a not super high quality price. Moving on, we have a double-sided machete here from Wartech Blades again. This is bladed on both sides. This is made from 440 stainless steel. Very good quality blade, very sturdy. Handle is okay. It's hard plastic. Might get a little bit slippery. It's a small handle, so for anyone with larger hands, this would not probably be ideal to wield. The blade is extremely sharp, and I know that for a fact because about a week after purchasing this, I was opening it, forgetting that it was double-sided. Opened this side, and went to slide it out, and the back half of the blade sliced open the palm of my hand to the point where I probably needed 2 or 3 stitches. But being the stubborn man that I am, I just threw a couple band-aids on it and let it heal. So, once again, be very careful when handling knives. They are not toys. They can hurt you or kill you or someone else. Please, be careful. Moving on, we have a Book of Eli style kukri machete short sword by Buckshot Knives. This is one of my favorite. 440 stainless steel, very solid blade, good wooden handle, very comfortable in the hand. Big handle if you have small hands, large hands, it fits comfortably. Got the slotted blade there. This is one of my favorites. The sheath, on the other hand, not the greatest quality. You can see here it started to come open. The blade is actually so sharp that it started to cut the threads in the sheath. And this clasp is always a pain in the ass, and I can never get it to clasp properly. So we're just going to go ahead and say, screw it. And I got it after I said, screw it. Here we have another fantasy short sword by Buckshot Blades. This is another cool one I picked up for a cheap price on eBay. Saw it at a cheap price and said, whoa, that looks awesome. Let's go ahead and grab that. Another one that is very sharp. 440 stainless steel. Full tang. Wood 440 stainless handle. And guard here. Pommel. Awesome sword. But again, sheath. So. As with almost all the swords and knives that I own that have sheaths, the sheaths are so. And last but not least, we have... I do not know what we have. We do not have a company name on it, and that's sad because this is also one of my favorite swords. 440 stainless steel, full tang, sawback blade, gut hook here, nice hard rubberized handle. Handle's a little bit larger. People with smaller hands, it might be a little bit harder to grip. You come up high on it, it's not too bad. Again, extremely sharp. I think I paid maybe $22 for this, so for the price, really cool short sword, machete, whatever you want to call it, but I absolutely love it. Alrighty. Alright. So there you go. That's the last thing I got in my weapons collection. So, once again, weapons are not toys. They should not be treated as such. You should never wield a weapon with the sole intention of harming another human being. You should never use a weapon, sword, knife of any kind as a toy. They are very dangerous. They could hurt or kill another person or get you into a lot of trouble. So, with that being said, you've seen my collection of weapons. I'll have more collection videos for you in the future, showing off my comic book collection, my toy collection. So I have other things that I collect. If you would like to see my other collections outside of my toys, comic books, cards, weapons, be sure to stop back in the future and check out my other videos. Comment, let me know. Did you like the video? Did you not like the video? What did you like? What didn't you like? What can I do to make my videos better for you as a viewer to watch? So, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for stopping by and watching. As always, have fun, stay safe, and bye.